first episode of the StatifyMMA podcast, and I'm joined by my host.
It's Z.
Let's just jump right into it. So
Yeah.
the first story, I'm sure everyone has already seen this. Conor McGregor spotted with a mystery woman, missed his birthday celebrations. What do you think of this, Zad?
Man, Connor has had an eventful week, man. I mean, if this is how he celebrates all these birthdays, damn. I feel sorry for his family members.
I mean, it's like Cheo has made not one but two videos about that photo,
It's
which
over.
is like
It's like if you gotta make two videos on a man's dingling, something not right.
it's like one was fine,
Right.
but like two is kind of pushing it. But I guess maybe it's like the views because like Connor is like anything that has Connor in it will just
Mm.
as a result just go viral. So it's like imagine
Yeah,
Connor
yeah.
and then it's a story as controversial as this. It's just it's proven to
It,
go viral. Like
it's
definitely.
a. I mean, chill, go get your money, but sometimes you do look a little funny when you post two videos on a nigga's dangling, you know.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of true.
But
And
yeah.
yeah, the Azealia Banks part of the story. So apparently he sent that photo to her,
Mm,
and of course the weight's dangling off of it, and
mm,
she actually made a follow-up tweet where she said they've been exchanging nudes since 2016,
mm,
but some people said that might have been sarcastic. But like at this
mm.
point, what even is real and what is not
Oh
real?
my God, tell me about it, man. I felt like it. Like at first, it's like if he sent the pictures out of nowhere and just nothing, anything, it would be just totally just strange and weird. But like if she's been exchanging it, the narrative completely changes. It's like, all right, Connor, it's fair. It's fair. But the thing is, he's a married man at the end of the day.
But I mean, technically, he's not married. Technically, he's
Really?
not married.
For
Yeah,
real? I thought they
yeah.
were married.
She still
How many?
has, like, it still says girlfriend in all of the stories. They're not married.
Damn. So no prenups been signed, anything or anything like that?
I mean, I don't think they're ever gonna break up. Like, she's a ride or die. It's obvious at this
Yeah,
point.
they've been together since
Like,
the trenches, man.
yeah, she held him down when he was still plumbing, and then
Mm,
apparently
mm,
when he
mm, mm,
started
mm.
his career, she was like working for him. But at the end of the day, we don't know what
Damn.
happens in their relationship. I mean, that's up
Yeah,
to them.
yeah,
Connor is having
yeah,
fun. She doesn't seem to be
yeah.
complaining.
Mm, mm,
So
mm, 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 mm,
yeah,
mm, mm,
I
mm, mm.
guess maybe we should just mind our business.
Yeah, like you don't. Yeah, that's a very good point. Like their relationship could be just an open relationship and just into that stuff, and they don't really care
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
yeah,
It is 2025. Niggas can do anything they want.
yeah. Anything could happen. But
Yeah,
like
anything is
Uncle
possible.
Chael, bro, like two videos, really, two videos. I mean, yeah, but as we were saying also, it's like he has kind of achieved everything that he wanted to,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
rich as fuck, has all the money, two division champ, did not defend a single title, but still, like first person to ever do it. Biggest UFC gate of all time, highest pay-per-view sales of all time, you know, like when I think was it 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Like
No, he did.
made
He did a
stupid
fantastic job.
money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
he did a
about like
fantastic
a
job.
hundred
Yeah,
million in that fight. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
even
yeah.
commend him for coming back to fight Cerrone and Dustin because it's like at that point he did not need to fight.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
even
yeah.
him just coming back, like even all the stuff with still teasing the Chandler fight,
Mm,
like a lot of people would be like, why? Because you don't need to fight. Which kind of
yeah.
leads us into the next story with
Mm,
BKFC, like that
mm,
speech that he gave.
To Platinum Mike. Is it like, are we
Yeah.
talking about uh, well, we'll get to that. The introduction was just exceptional as we expect from Conor McGregor, to be honest. He's just there. I think that's one side of him that's underestimated is his promotional side. He promotes himself so well, and that's why I think BKFC will rise to the top, to be honest. Like just because of
Yeah,
Conor
I
McGregor.
mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, the violence is definitely there because some of those
Oh my
fights, it's
God.
like we
Oh
love
my God.
MMA, but this is different. Like people are getting
Yeah.
cut crazy.
Mm,
They
mm, mm,
like
mm, mm,
they're
mm,
getting
mm,
cut
mm.
so crazy, and then Even how do you put it? Like this tourney that they're putting together,
Mm,
the 25 million bare-knuckle tournament, which apparently is open weight, 32-man open weight tourney.
crazy.
Could seem good, but having your Romero in there, I'm not sure if like whoever gets to pick him first, I feel sorry for that man.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
like,
man, yeah. It's like you have to begin the tournament by suffering.
yeah, immediately,
Yeah,
because like whoever
yeah.
gets to pick him first is like you have your Romero in there, you have Thiago Santos,
Mm,
you have their Brunson, you have of course Mike Perry in there. So it actually does seem like they've signed a decent amount of fighters, and of course
mm,
it
mm, mm,
ranges
mm.
from 185 to 265. But
Mm,
like
mm, mm, mm.
fighting a Yoel Romero that does not have to cut weight, even at his advanced age, does not seem like a good day for anyone.
Oh my god, it seems like hell, bro. Like I know that guy is gonna be looking like Aliens versus Predator after that fight. You know.
Yeah, like I can just imagine that. Like we've seen what he does to people with gloves
Mm,
on, right?
mm, 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 mm,
Just
mm, mm,
imagine
mm.
him bare knuckle, no weight cut, you know, Jesus Christ. Like it's about to be extremely violent. And of course, we are violent fans. We are fans of
Of course,
violence here at
of
Statify
course,
MMA.
of
So yeah,
course.
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Of course,
And
Herb Dean, the king of violence. We support everything he does. No, I'm joking.
yeah, and the price structure does also seem really good because it's like
Mm,
15 million to the winner, a million to the runner up. Like steep drop off. I think
mm.
this is something that we discussed. Like it's a steep
Yeah.
drop off from 15 million to 1 million.
Mm.
500K each for third and fourth, 300, 200, and 100K for the other placements. I think
Yeah.
you were mentioning that it would be like maybe they should have watered down the pool a bit. I think 15 million is fair. Maybe 5 million to runner up, something like that. Because the runner
Yeah.
up would still have to fight like at least 8 fights. No, at
Yeah. Yeah.
least 4 fights. At least 4 fights.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like there's just like a significant difference between first and second, where it could have been sort of weighed off a bit more, just to compensate for the damage that person has to endure during this tournament. But
Yeah.
I totally like the thing is I totally think first should get 15 million. Yes, absolutely. But like second just needs a little bit more just to be like, yeah, yeah, like I've actually put in the work and being paid for it.
Yeah. I think
Because like
definitely
yeah,
true. I think, yeah, go,
yeah.
go.
Because like I think because like people forget you have to pay like your trainers, your dietitians,
Yeah.
and all the your manager and all that stuff. So like,
Manager.
yeah, so that 1 million gets cut quickly, and these turns into 600,000, and it's like, oh shit, like
And imagine if you had to fight your Romero, beat him, beat Derek Brunson, beat Thiago Santos. It's like, bruh, the the hospital bill alone is like 700K already.
legit, legit, and it's like, come on, give
Like,
me at least a mil.
yeah,
I
like,
mean,
but
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
think,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if they have like health, like insurance
Insurance,
included,
yeah.
but that would be amazing because I think
Mm,
the whole tournament is gonna be like a year. So if
mm,
BKFC does agree to like cover the health, then that makes it a bit easier. I think we're probably gonna see a lot of like because just by the nature of BKFC, I
mm,
if they pull this off, it will be one of the greatest mixed martial arts spectacles of all time.
mm,
But
mm,
I
mm,
guess the
mm,
difficulty is just because it is bare knuckle and people are gonna get cut and people are
mm,
going to get severely damaged, like not just cosmetically, but also like, um concussion wise, all of that. Like
mm.
there might even people that there might even be people that could potentially win the fights and not be able to move forward, if you get what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
curious to
yeah.
see how they're gonna handle that. I'm
Yeah, I
very,
wonder
very
what their
curious to
plan
see how
is
they're
for
gonna
that.
handle
Yeah.
that. Mm.
Man,
Yeah, yeah, and
imagine
then
beating up a bunch of people and then you're winning and you're going to the finals and you just get knocked out first round.
at least you get a million. Hey, at
At
least you get
least
a
you get
million.
1 million. True, 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 true,
Yeah.
true, 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 true.
But then I guess also
Yeah.
maybe for them, one of the things that they are thinking of is how like, okay, we want like the winner to be like a winner. And then it's like,
Mm.
like that final fight. Cause of course, by the end of that, they're gonna be like exhausted. Maybe not physically, because of course it's gonna be a new day. But like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
emotionally, mentally, they're gonna be so exhausted. So, you
Mm.
know, someone might just be like, at least if I lose, like let's say if it was like 15 million and 10 million,
Yeah, yeah,
then like
yeah.
if I'm getting my ass beat in the final, I might just be like, it's fine. Maybe I can just take my $10 million check and go home. But then if
Yeah.
I know that like there's like literally a 14 million difference, like I am dying in there, Like that's a lot of that's a huge so maybe it's by
That's a
design. Like
massive.
it might be by
Yeah.
design. It's
Fair,
like
fair.
because if it was like 10 million to the runner up, it's like, I mean, how much is 5 million really?
That
I'm
is a
still getting
good
10
point.
million.
Yeah, that is a
But
good.
if it's like a million to 15, that's where it gets crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
nah, I
It's
gotta
like,
go, 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 go.
yeah, you're gonna have to knock me and my grandmother up
Probably.
to get that
And then
50.
very, 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 very interesting. Very,
Mm,
very
mm,
curious to
mm,
see how
mm,
that
mm,
happens. And our
mm,
next story, potentially,
mm,
the White House spectacle that they've been discussing so far.
mm.
Do we think that's actually happening? What do you think?
Man, we never get into politics in this podcast, but do we really trust Trump with anything he says? Because he be lying out of nowhere every
It's like,
time. It's like, what?
yeah, I mean, it's like at this point,
Mm,
let's just entertain it. Even if it doesn't happen, they're generating
mm,
a lot of hype, right?
mm,
It's most
mm,
likely not going to happen because I'm just thinking about it. It's like they're really going to have like multiple combat sports athletes at the White House. Like, where are they going to do it? On the White House lawn, right? Like, is there going to be
mm,
a crowd? I mean, if they
mm,
do pull it off, because they're planning to do it, I think 4th of July next year. I think it's the
mm.
250th anniversary of the United States. If they pull
Yeah.
it off, it will be the single greatest combat sports event of all time. Because
Oh, absolutely.
Conor is gonna be on that. Jon Jones is gonna
Mm,
be on that. Probably Izzy is gonna be on that. Topuria, um,
mm,
Islam maybe will be on that. O'Malley, all the big stars in the sport. Even maybe Pereira. Uh,
mm, mm,
yeah, so it's
mm.
like just a whole host of people. I mean, Jon Jones apparently unretired
Yeah,
just because of that.
yeah,
Conor is like, I mean, but like, I
yeah.
guess the question is, who's gonna main event?
That's a good question. That's a good. Like the thing is, like for me, I would say that the appropriate person to if main event is Jon Jones because he's American, but Conor McGregor is a bigger star than Jon Jones. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Like
money makes sense. Yeah,
Conor is not co-maining. Conor is
yeah.
definitely not co-maining at
I
all.
cannot say there is no way. There is
But
no
who
way
would even
Conor can
fight?
remember.
Chandler? I
Chandler. I
mean,
mean, it
at
makes
this
sense.
point, yeah, I mean, at this point, I really wouldn't be mad. Like, of course, it makes
Yeah.
zero sense whatsoever, and he's gonna
Mm.
get potentially destroyed in the first round. But
You like
just
Conor McGregor
have
or
Connor fight
Chandler?
Ilya. Yeah, I mean, just have Connor fight Ilya
Oh
for the
God,
title
no!
next year.
Please, please.
Bro, it would sell, right? Like, and it would get the casuals to like,
Mm,
for like, people who don't really follow the sport that much. Like, it would legit make it the biggest card because like Ilya is one of the biggest star, if not the biggest active current star in the
mm, mm,
UFC.
mm, mm,
So
mm,
him
mm,
fighting
mm.
Connor, like we know how that's gonna happen. But
Yeah,
even if we say we know how that's gonna happen, it's like it's still MMA. Anything can happen. And
true, but
Ilya
yeah.
has put on record that if he ever is to fight Connor, he would make
Mm.
it open weight. That Connor can choose the weight.
Really?
So I mean, if we see a Connor who's like potentially 185 pounds against Ilya, of course Ilya's probably gonna bulk up, but like they just
Yeah,
have an
yeah,
open
yeah.
weight fight, they main event that. I would not be mad at that. Like,
I
and
wouldn't be
then
mad at
don't
that
put any
either.
belts on the line because like Connor making 155 at this point, I'm not sure if that's even possible. Like he could, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't even think I want to see the version of Connor that makes 100. and
I don't.
55 pounds.
Ain't nobody
Like
want to
he's
see
been
that.
off. Yeah, he's been off for way too long, and he deserves it, of
Mm,
course, rightfully. But it's
mm.
like asking him to cut out that weight, especially after the shin bone, breaking.
Injury, yeah,
He's
yeah,
been
yeah,
off
yeah.
for a bit. He's been recording movies. He's been having fun, all of this, all of that, right? Like
Lifting weights,
I
of
think a fight like
course.
that. Yeah, yeah. I think a fight like that, like open weight, Conor, Ilya, no title
Mm.
on the line. Plus, like, um, I think Ilya mentioned he's gonna have like just a bunch more fights, like maybe 2 or 3 more
Yep, yep, yep,
fights.
yep, 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 yep.
So that's something that we could talk about a bit more, actually, Ilya. Who
Yeah,
do you think should be next? I mean, definitely, probably they're gonna do the Paddy fight next. But who do we think should be? I mean, it should be our man, but
yeah. It
his
should be
relationship with Dana
Arman.
is not the best.
He does not like Arman at all.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
he did pull out from an extreme card, and then we
Wasn't he
we
injured
had
though?
Islam fighting the goat, and I mean, yeah, he got injured.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But Dana
He
wasn't
got
happy with that,
injured.
was he?
Yeah, apparently Dana was very upset. So probably
Oh
maybe there's some
wow.
stuff we don't know about that.
Yeah, maybe there's always some backstory with the UFC, But I, honestly, I do like the Paddy fight, honestly, because like I think it's a good test to actually see. Because I think one thing I noticed about Paddy, like in his last fight with what's his name again, Chandler, his
Yeah.
striking is so awkward, you know
Yeah.
and it's not like it's almost like DDP, like it's just so
Yes.
awkward and it's different. And it's like I just wonder how he would do like offensively. Like I really don't think his defense is good enough for Ilya, to be honest, when it comes to the striking,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
He
don't know,
eats
like yeah.
those right and left hooks all day.
Yeah,
Like
and you cannot eat Ilya's punches. You cannot
I
eat
mean,
his
but like
punches.
he's
Yeah.
huge. Like Patty is
Yeah,
fucking huge. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
even
yeah,
like
yeah.
he ate a bunch of clean, I think, right hands and left
Mm,
hooks from Chandler, and they didn't really rock him. Like, of course,
mm,
some of them made him take a step back, but I think
mm.
just as a result of his size, and for some reason, he looked in his last fight with Chandler, he looked like a bit bigger than he usually does. Like, of course, like he gets
Yeah.
huge out of camp and he gets fat and everything. So usually when he cuts down, like he doesn't really get as muscular. But against Chandler, he looked huge. Like as soon as he got it to
Yeah.
the ground, it
Mm,
was terrible. Like he just opened Chandler up. Like Chandler looked like
mm,
he was drowning. Like we've never seen
mm.
anybody do that to Chandler on the ground. I mean, in the
Yeah,
UFC
yeah,
at
yeah,
least,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
just
yeah,
get
yeah.
him down, just destroy him. Like Chandler was bleeding bad very, very quick.
I don't think any of us expected him to dominate that fight like he did. You know what I mean? Or even dominate at all, to be honest. Cause like it's just like he was so disciplined in there and he was so accurate with everything he did. He followed the game plan well. And like I think Chandler, yeah, even Chandler himself, I don't think can say that he expected that from him at all. Because we all expected it to be a slugfest at least, But it
Yeah.
was just like a kid versus his father or something.
Yeah, he just like got it to the ground and then just started raining ground and pound, and that was it. Like Chandler
Mm,
was done very, very quick. And Chandler is like, he's very durable. Chandler is a dog. He went 5 rounds with Oliveira, which for me was
mm,
very, very surprising when it's like,
mm.
Patty got him out of there. I think it was the third round. Was it?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Let's search it up.
And he just did the damage so fast. Like it was so, 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 so quick. But I guess the question is, can Paddy survive long enough with Ilya to eventually get it to
Mm,
the ground? And even if he does get it to the ground, can he hold him there? Because Tapuria is very hard to hold down. Now, of course, he is coming up from featherweight, and
yeah.
even at featherweight, he wasn't really a huge featherweight. I mean, he says he gets up to like 180 pounds out of camp, but he doesn't
Jeez.
really look like the biggest guy. Like even against Oliveira, he did look kind of undersized, I would say.
Yeah, he
He
didn't
did
he
look a
didn't
bit
look that big.
undersized.
Mm,
Now his
mm,
power, his power is always there. Like I think he can
mm,
knock out anybody from featherweight all the way up to welterweight.
mm.
But in terms of size,
Mm.
like even Oliveira did almost get him down. He did reverse it right when
Mm,
Oliveira tried to take him down, And
Mm.
Oliveira is not the strongest lightweight, but in terms of technique, he does have good technique. And I guess that's one thing we could
Mm.
say about Ilya is that like his grappling technique is very good. You know,
Mm,
seeing what
mm,
he
mm,
did
mm, mm.
to Bryce Mitchell, right, on
Oh,
the ground, dropped him, quickly
yes.
went in, took him
And
down,
Bryce
went for the
Mitchell is a
choke.
good grappler as well.
Yeah, he's a very, very good grappler. So
Mm,
like
mm,
Ilya,
mm,
like
mm,
submitting him was a very, very good notch on his belt, like as well.
mm,
And then
mm.
like that I feel like this fight might be more interesting than we think. Like of course it should go to
Yeah,
Arman, but
yeah.
him versus Ilya, Ilya versus Paddy,
Perry. Yep,
it's
yep,
not
yep,
as
yep.
clear cut. Now, of course, if Ilya chins him first round, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised anyway
I'm
whatsoever.
like,
It would not surprise me, right?
yeah, at all,
But
at all.
all I'm
Yeah.
saying is if Paddy ends up being his potential hardest fight in the UFC so far, it would also not be that surprising.
It
I mean, I
wouldn't be
don't
that
expect him
surprising,
to
you know.
win. I don't expect him
Mm.
to win, but I feel like right now everyone's counting Paddy out, right? Like
Yeah,
crazy, but
a
he
lot,
has a good
a lot.
chin.
He
Like
has a good
Ilya
chin.
definitely is going to land, but the question is, can Paddy's chin survive that long?
Yeah, I think it's more. I think that also that is the question, one of the questions. But the other question is Patty's difference good enough? That's what I think it is. Like, can he actually slip the punches that, or find a way to move away or evade the punches that Illy does? Because Illy likes to go in the inside to do the Mike Tyson of doing like slip hook, and then that's what he's been getting all these people with. But it's just more of I just that's the part where I'm like, Illy is definitely gonna knock this person out because it's like I haven't seen Patty have any head movement throughout his
Yeah, yeah,
fights.
we've
He's just
seen
been
Jared Gordon put
yeah,
the beats on
yeah,
him, and
yeah,
and and that fight was a robbery. But like Jared Gordon was
yeah,
landing all day. Now Jared Gordon
mm,
is not the most powerful person, right? So he couldn't put him
yeah,
out, but he was
mm,
clipping like Paddy back to back to back to back to back. Now with Ilya, if Ilya has the same opportunity to do that,
oh
because Ilya like
no,
probably is the best boxer in the UFC
oh
right now. I don't think Paddy could
no,
take maybe 1, 2, 3, but like
oh
over
no,
2 rounds, Ilya lands like 7 right hands, a bunch of left hooks. Like I'm
it's
not
over,
sure there's a lightweight
it's
alive
over,
that could
it's
take that.
over. Yeah, yeah,
But then I
yeah,
guess Paddy could also kind of go for like the bum rush strategy where he just rushes at Ilya, tries to take it to the ground. Because if he does go to the
mm,
ground, like Paddy does have legitly like very good submission skills.
mm, mm, mm,
But
mm, mm,
submitting
mm, mm,
Ilya to
mm.
Poirier is a very, very hard task.
It's a
Like,
very
and they've
hard
never been
task.
finished, right?
It's a very
Even
hard
the
task.
closest bit of adversity we've seen is that head kick from Jai Herbert. And then he wrestled him, knocked him out in the second round. So this is a very, very tall task for Paddy. But I guess one
Yeah.
thing we've also seen for Paddy is that he does improve. So I'm not sure if
Yes.
between
Yes.
now
Yes.
and when he will fight Ilya, if he can
Mm.
improve his head movement that good, where
Mm, 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 mm,
he
mm,
could potentially like level up to Ilya. If he does, I
mm.
mean, I would not be so. It would not be the first time that a fighter makes crazy improvements, in between fights.
Yes.
But like, I
Yes.
hope he's
Yes.
training head movement right now. Like
Uh,
he should drill like
head
every
movement, head
single
movement.
day, just head movement. Like just head movement every single day. That's it.
Mm.
But yeah, I
Mm,
mean,
mm,
that's
mm, mm.
definitely a very, very interesting fight. And then I guess our next story, we could talk about the previous card. Derek
Yeah.
Lewis,
Mm, mm,
that
mm, mm, mm.
crazy knockout over
That
Talisha
was
Teixeira.
beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Cause like I was convinced that it was an early stoppage. But then GR told me that the other guy, because I haven't watched the full fight, I watched the highlights. He grabbed the cage to get up, and I'm like, oh, okay, it was over. Like, if you have to climb the cage to get up, then you are not
Yeah,
there. Like there is no way. That's cheating, first of all. But like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, you are definitely not there.
Yeah, he literally had to climb the cage to get up. So it's like, I mean, how in the mind of Jason Herzog, right? He should have stopped it potentially after he got dropped. and then Derek Lewis
Mm.
started landing ground and pound. But then,
Mm.
like, Talishan grabbing the cage to get up, I
Mm.
mean, it does put Jason Herzog in a difficult position, and I guess this is part of the difficulty of being a referee. Of
Mm.
like,
Mm. 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 Mm.
okay, he did get dropped. I could have stopped it, but now he got up. But unfortunately, he did like and like extremely illegal. Like, I
Mm.
don't even think this is illegal at this point. Like, he didn't even, because like people get points taken off just for like
Mm.
touching the cage when they're about to,
Mm.
like, maybe they're about to get knocked down, or someone's trying to take
Yeah.
them down. They just grab the cage for a bit and then they'll get a
Mm.
point taken off. He
Mm.
literally used the cage as a ladder while Derek Lewis is landing ground and pound. So it's like, in Jason Davis's mind, it's like, what do I even do? I think it was
Yeah.
fair because
Yeah.
like it was too messy. And for
Too
Talishan,
messy.
I mean, it does hurt because it's like maybe he could have gotten back in the fight, but like by that point he was already hurt bad. And even there was a crazy left hook that was about to land that
Mm.
Jason Herzog kind of stopped,
Mm. Mm.
right?
Mm. Mm.
When he
Mm.
called
Mm.
off the
Mm.
fight.
Mm. Mm.
And
Mm. Mm.
actually, when Jason Herzog stopped that punch, Tyler Sherman was about to throw like a jab right back. And I think it clipped Jason Herzog. Clip Jason Herzog, which we don't really see a lot. Like sometimes these referees
Yeah.
be taking punishment, right? Like taking punishment out of nowhere.
Taking some punishment. That's probably why Herb Dean don't step in. He's like, nah, I ain't getting stuck.
Yeah, it's like I'm not eating a left hook from you guys.
The little
But
Delta.
then that KO was insane though, because like
Nah.
Talishan was supposed to be the next guy up. I think he's undefeated. He
Oh,
was
he was
undefeated,
undefeated.
Yeah, he was undefeated.
Wow.
All fights by stoppage. All fights were finishes. I think it was
Wow.
8-0 at the time. 8-0. You know, like knockout machine, right? Like he
Mm.
was a crazy, crazy favorite as well. Like Derek Lewis
Mm.
was the underdog, and he was talking crazy shit. So kind of understand why Derek Lewis did all that stuff
Yeah.
he did. Pissing on
Yeah.
his corner, mooning the crowd, and Trump was watching. So because Trump gave him a
Trump
call,
was
like
there?
first fighter. No, he
Oh,
was.
no, he was
I
watching.
think he was
Oh.
watching from wherever he was, and then Trump called Dana. And then
Oh, yeah,
Dana
yeah,
gave the phone
yeah.
to Derek Lewis while the winner was being announced, which is crazy. First fighter ever.
Man. Man, I
First
was
fighter
gonna
ever
say,
to get a call from Donald Trump.
you were
Like
saying this whole,
which is kind of like hilarious because it's like Kobe
yeah.
Dick rode Trump for all those years, and like
Ah,
Trump prefers Usman even more than him, which is kind of crazy. And now the Derek Lewis gets a call. It's
man.
just like, oh my god.
Oh, I know
Speaking of
Kobe
Kobe,
onto the screen.
like,
Mm.
what do we do next with Kobe? Because
Oh
he just
my
got
God.
the piss beat out of him by Buckley, who Usman just performed
This mental,
a
yeah.
masterclass again.
Oh,
So what do we
man,
do with
yeah.
Kobe? I mean, the fight was on short notice, and I don't think these days he's training as actively
Nah,
as he could
he's
be.
busy streaming with like Neon and all those people and beating up,
Yeah, I mean, like
choking out Lil
he found a
Pump.
way to make money.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
which
think
is
he's
fair.
giving
I'm
up on being a
yeah,
champion.
yeah. Who is in that division? There is a person that I think he should fight. Oh, I know who. Gary the Cook.
Oh, that actually would be a good fight.
I think
Ian Gary versus Kobe.
Ian Gary. I think
But I
that would
think,
be a great fight.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think Kobe loses that though. Like Gary pieces him up. I mean, it's a hard task to like KO Kobe because he does have a good chin, especially
Mm.
if like Kobe has enough time to prepare for the fight. His
Yep. Yep.
cardio
Yep.
and
Yep.
pace could bring some problems for Gary, and I guess it could, like, actually that's a very, very interesting fight because
It's an interesting
right
fight
now
because
Ian
like,
Gary is number 6.
mm.
Kobe is number 9. That
Oh,
could
and
be a
it's
good
like
fight
it
for
makes
Kobe.
sense too. It makes sense too, because Ian thinks he has actually done something to get a title shot, and me personally, I don't think he has. Like, I don't
Yeah,
think he's done enough. I think he needs just one more good fight, and then he's there. Like,
I think he
but
needs to. I think he needs to.
yeah,
Because, like, Shavkat should probably be champ right now because he
yeah,
was
yeah,
supposed to fight
yeah,
Bilal,
yeah,
and Bilal pulled
yeah,
out. right? Like that fight against Ian Gary should have been an interim fight. I don't know why it was not
I
an
don't even know
interim fight.
either, to be honest.
Like
Well,
like
Ian
Shafkat
Gary
should have been
versus
champ.
Shavkat. Oh, Ian Gary versus Bilal.
Actually, that's a good fight. That's a
Yeah,
very good fight. Who do you
yeah.
think wins that?
You know, like, I think that's a 50-50 fight because, like, on the wrestling side, Bilal obviously has it. On the striking side, I think Ian's got it. But, like, I think, like, if Ian underestimates Bilal striking like most people would, he loses the fight straight away. I
Yeah.
think because, like,
The thing though
yeah,
is that like yeah, like I mean, Ian does have kind of like a similar style to Leon Edwards, right? Like he's not as
yeah,
gun shy, right? But he has this sort of like neutralizing style where like he uses his kicks, uses his range, right? Like he's not really the best finisher because like I mean he
nah,
was finishing people
yeah,
when he just got into the UFC, but like
mm,
that was
mm,
like
mm, 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 mm,
lower ranked competition, right?
mm,
Like KO'd, D-Rod, left head kick, but like we've seen him get dropped before, right?
mm,
We've seen
mm,
him get dropped
mm,
before.
mm,
We've seen him get
mm,
hurt. Like
mm,
even in his latest fight against Prates, like Prates
mm.
was 5 seconds away from knocking him out in the
Oh
fifth
my
round.
god. I,
So
I
it's
I
like,
I don't know. He probably was busy thinking about his cigarettes at that end of the
yeah, I mean,
way.
like Prates had him dead to
Oh
rights,
my
right? He could have
god.
ended it right there, and then I don't know whatever happened, but like even Prates, I do feel like
Yeah.
he could definitely
Yeah.
like in a rematch with Ian Gary, or actually Prates versus Leon Edwards. That's a good fight. That's a
That's a
good
very
fucking
good
fight.
fight. That's a
Yeah,
very
but
good fight.
going back to Belal and Gary, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Ian is. Would you say he's the better version of Leon or the more evolved version of Leon? Because like Leon, he's not really a finisher. Like Ian, if he
Yeah.
hurts you and he can hurt you,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
he
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
potentially finish, right? But with Leon, he
Yeah.
has this neutralizing style where like he plays it safe, uses his kicks,
Mm,
uses
mm,
his
mm,
kicks,
mm, mm, mm,
tries to
mm,
keep
mm.
range, tries to keep range. But what Bilal was able to do amazingly against him was like, like keep him resetting, like don't let him take the distance. Because if you take Leon's kicks away, then
Mm.
he has to use his hands.
Mm,
And I
mm,
guess
mm, mm,
Bilal
mm,
kind of
mm,
like
mm, mm.
exposed that like Leon's boxing and his boxing
Mm.
defense is not really the best because he just shells up. And then Prates had just used that to take him down. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
like, with Ian, though, we have seen him defend takedowns, but not like traditional takedowns the way Bilal does them.
I think Ian is a better fighter like than Leon, to be honest, because of just the ground game. If you know what I mean? Because like he's actually tried to submit anyone. Whereas like um what's his name? Leon,
Leon.
his defense for his for being taken down or his wrestling difference is good, but it's not, I don't think it's as good as Ian's in my
Yeah, and he
eyes.
always gives up his
Yeah.
back. So it's like he
Yeah.
was bound to get submitted very soon. Like as seen in
Yeah.
his last fight against Sean Brady, where Brady put Brady had a masterclass, beat him every single round and
Mm.
subbed him. So I
Mm, mm,
think,
mm, mm, mm,
yeah,
mm,
like
mm, mm, mm.
I guess the question is for Belal, right? Like, can he pressure Ian so much
Mm.
so, like, use the hands, use the cardio, push the pace to Ian, try to get him
Mm.
up against the fence, try to get those takedowns, try to wear on him, try to, land some ground and pound. Because, like, Ian will kind of like move back. Like, he's not really the most aggressive fighter. And against
Mm.
Bilal, right? Like as JDM showed, current
Mm.
welterweight champion,
Yeah.
JDM showed is like you have to be active. Like you cannot let him
Yeah.
dictate the pace, right?
You
You have
can't.
to
You
be
can't.
active. You have
You
to
can't.
hurt him. You have to make him take a step back. Because once you let Bilal, start having that forward pressure, start moving forward, start, like landing some
Oh,
shots, start, chaining takedowns, then you're in for a long night.
yeah. 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 Just a question, since we're in the welterweight division, do you think Usman is next for the winner of JDM and Islam? Like,
Um,
do you think he's deserved it?
Now I'm a huge Usman fan, right? And
Yeah.
if the UFC did decide to go that way, I would be very, very happy, right? Like you would
Yeah,
hear no
yeah.
complaints from me. But I think
Mm,
Shavkat, like he should have been champ. Like he deserves that. Like some people
yeah.
are saying that he should, potentially have one more fight, but he literally was supposed to fight the champ, right? He beat
Mm,
the hottest other guy at the time,
mm,
both undefeated, right?
mm,
Beat him, and Shavkat was injured in that fight. Like
mm,
his resume is insane. Wonder Boy, Ian Gary, Jeff Neal. Like
mm,
and most of them are finishes. The only person he didn't finish was Ian Gary. And apparently he was injured
mm.
in that fight, and that's even the reason why he's been off is because I
He's
think
injured.
he had a surgery schedule. So I
Oh
think,
wow.
I mean, if Shavkat is not ready to come back, then of course go Usman, right? Usman can be next for that fight. But if
Yeah.
Shavkat is ready to go, like whoever wins, whether it's JDM or Islam, and we should talk about that fight next. But whoever wins, whether it's JDM or Islam, like it should probably be Shavkat if he's ready. If he's not, then maybe Usman. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Usman
I
could go
reckon
next.
if Shavkat is like ready now, like already in a couple months, I think a fair thing to do is Shavkat versus Usman. You know what I mean? Just for that title winning shot.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I would accept that that title fight if Usman 100%. Like right now I'm 85%. Like I'm like 85% I'm happy if like Usman gets the title shot, but I'll be 100%
Yeah.
if he beats like Shavkat, because like I just think I just need Usman to get more rounds in, you know what I mean? Like because he's
Yeah.
just been off for so long, and he's had those losses as well. I don't think they have affected him like mentally at all. Because in the last fight, he fought a tremendous fight, and I think
Yeah.
just one more
Extremely good
fight
fight.
for him just to get more confidence and more rounds in. Then I think he has a better chance of beating the winner of Islam versus
Yeah. I mean,
uh,
definitely,
yeah,
but I'm like, I feel like at this point, the UFC with Usman, right? Like he's such a big name and he's such a big
mm,
figure that like if Usman is not main eventing the card, it has to be against another star, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
Shavkat is like a prospect, and we
mm,
saw what Usman just did to another prospect who was on a crazy, crazy finish streak, by the way.
mm,
Like
mm, mm, mm,
Buckley
mm,
had
mm,
just
mm,
knocked out Kobe, knocked out Wonder Boy. Like I think he knocked out like three other welterweights in a row.
mm,
And it's like, even going into the fight, Usman was the underdog, but we saw what he did. So it's like,
yeah.
does the UFC really want to risk Usman spoiling another one of their prospects? Because like Shavkat should have been champ, right? And
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
mystique
yeah.
around him, he's undefeated, this and that. Like he already, took away the O from another undefeated star in Ian Gary, right?
Mm,
Shavkat
mm,
has
mm,
never
mm,
lost.
mm,
So do they really want to risk him fighting Usman, right? Like I think maybe if we're gonna have Usman fight one more person before the title,
mm.
how about Sean Brady or Bilal? I mean, him and Bilal already have some beef.
Oh,
Usman and Bilal,
no,
because
yeah.
apparently
Yeah, yeah.
Bilal went on his podcast, and Bilal, I don't know what exactly happened, but
Yep,
they refused to release the
yep,
episode.
yep.
So like
Nah, it's already
having
got a
both of them
backstory
fight.
to it as well, yeah. Mm,
Exactly, exactly. So like that
mm,
fight would be good to
mm,
promote. I don't know why
mm.
both of them are fighting. Like, oh, actually, if that fight happens, who do you think wins? Usman versus Bilal.
Newsman, I could be biased because I'm also a Newsman big fan, but I think Newsman is too much for what's his name, and is
Bilal,
for
yeah,
Bilal. I think
yeah,
Usman's fight IQ is just higher than Bilal's.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Because like we've seen, like Buckley had crazy cardio in that last fight,
yeah,
even up
yeah.
until the end of the fifth round, right? Like actually, that's something that's very, very impressive about Buckley. I think his move to welterweight is extremely interesting because, of
Mm,
course, like at middleweight, he was fighting guys that were much bigger,
mm,
much taller, like rangier than him. He was getting knocked out left and right. But here at welterweight, it seems like his cardio his cardio is dialed in. He has power. Like he's able to put guys down. None like TKO'd Kobe, which
mm,
is like
mm,
other
mm,
than
mm, mm, mm,
Usman
mm.
has never happened before. like out cardioed Kobe. Now, granted, Kobe was coming kind of off the couch, hadn't really been training for a while, but that's still crazy. Knocked out Wonder Boy, right?
Yeah.
With a leaping Superman, like bro, a
From the
very
gods.
crazy knockout. Yeah, like a crazy knockout. But like Buckley has crazy cardio at welterweight and crazy power,
Mm.
and he's able to carry the power into the later rounds. And we saw Usman deal with that, right? So it's
Mm.
like one of Bilal's biggest strengths is his cardio, but
Mm, mm, mm,
if
mm,
we've
mm,
already
mm.
seen Usman neutralize somebody, like Bilal is definitely not as powerful as Buckley.
No
Like
way.
I don't think he's as powerful as Buckley. Like
No
his
way. I don't
wrestling
think so.
is also very good, but like
Mm.
Usman just showed us that his wrestling game has never gone away. Like that Superman
Man.
takedown he landed on Buckley where he just
Oh,
leaped. He
that was
literally just leaped at his
beautiful.
legs. He literally just leaped at his legs and dragged it. I think
Yeah.
he took him down every single round, right?
Every single
Or
round.
I think he
Every single
maybe it
round.
was 4 rounds to 1 where he took him down. But it's like he just took him down, when Buckley did get back up. And actually that's something that we have to give Buckley
Buckley, yeah.
commendations on, is that he got back up. He was fighting up until the last minute, which shows his cardio again. His cardio at welterweight is insane. So
Yeah.
if Usman is able to deal with somebody like that who's essentially more powerful than Bilal, of course his wrestling is not that good. And
Mm.
we've seen what happens to Bilal when he cannot, get his
The way.
takedowns going,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
JDM just did. Now, Usman, of course, does not have the same hands as JDM, but we've seen him put guys down. Like what he did to
Oh,
Gilbert Burns, his
beautiful.
5-round war with Kobe both
Mm,
times.
mm,
So
mm.
if we have sort of like
Let's not forget what
Bilal
he did
and
to Street Jesus. What's his name again?
oh my God,
Yeah.
Masvidal. That's true. That's true.
That.
That's true. I almost forgot about that.
That.
Yeah, slept him in the second round. So
My
like
God.
if we actually do think like, okay, like even if we say, okay, Bilal's wrestling and Usman's wrestling, right? Like I feel
Mm.
like Usman's might be a bit better, right? Just
I
like
think he gets
because
the
of
edge.
also his
Yeah.
size, his technique, right? Like his knees are fucked, but we've seen him do like perform against Buckley, who is very, very powerful, very, very hard to hold down,
Mm.
right? Like
Mm,
we've
mm,
seen him
mm, mm,
perform.
mm, mm,
So
mm,
I'm
mm,
not
mm,
sure
mm.
if Bilal's wrestling is so much better. So it might cancel each other out, like
Yeah.
similar to
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
in both fights with Usman and Kobe, like both
Yeah.
of them
Yeah.
just decided, fuck it, we're just gonna stand
Throw
and bang.
hands.
So
Yeah.
if it's a stand and bank fight, I'm not too keen on Bilal's chances in that.
I I think Bilal's chances are higher than we think, but I also think know that Usman is better at striking and has more rounds,
Yeah.
has more rounds in the striking round. You know?
Yeah, he has more
Yeah.
rounds. Like he has more power. Like we've
Yeah.
seen him drop guys. We've seen him knock guys out. Right. Like his jab is beautiful, and he's
Oh
also
my
very patient.
the best
Like
jab,
he's
I
very
think,
patient.
yeah. I think best jab in the UFC, Usman. Best jab in the UFC.
Yeah,
He's so
I would
perfect, clean.
I would not argue. I would not argue. Like he dropped
Best
Burns with
jab.
that jab multiple times. Like damn near finished him with that jab. So
Yeah, I felt
and
like he wasn't using it as much in the last fight either, to be honest. I was like, the jab, that's his key, that's his butter and fucking
yeah.
bread, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
mean, the thing is, I agree too, but
Yeah.
the problem is that Buckley just throws overhands like crazy. So it's like you might be trying to jab, but then overhand just comes like because in a way it kind of seemed like, which was kind of his downfall. He didn't really
Yeah.
respect the power of Usman, and actually I feel like Usman didn't
Mm.
really engage him in the striking at all, right? Because the
Mm,
whole
mm,
fight
mm,
he
mm,
didn't
mm, mm, mm.
really like. We didn't see, like he kind of went back to old Usman, because like for a while,
Mm.
right? Like before Usman went to the title, it was like all wrestling. Then he won the title and he just started, knocking guys out. Like it was all hangs, like no more wrestling at all. Then,
Yes, yes,
after the
yes.
losses, like he did almost, I feel like he won that fight against Hamzat, but whatever. He did show his hands also in that fight, because in the third round, he was putting it on
Mm,
Hamzat.
mm,
But in
mm,
the
mm,
fight
mm.
against Buckley, I feel like he was like, okay, let me just play it like a bit safe, right?
Mm.
Like this guy is exploding. I can take advantage of his explosions. Actually, one thing
Mm.
people are not really looking at is Usman's footwork was very good in the
Oh
Buckley
my
fight,
God.
because there were certain times where Buckley would like lunge in and Usman would literally pivot, and then he would be able to
Mm.
get the takedown, from that. So it's like for him, I guess maybe it was a game of like, rather than me, risking it all, because we've seen what happened to him before, like with Leon, in that fifth round. Very, very sad to say. He was winning that
Nope.
fight. Like he was trying to go for the knockout. Something like that happened. He's like, okay, rather than me doing some shit like that again, let me just, do my bread and butter. Get the takedown every round. Get the takedown every round. Like Buckley did do good, and he clipped Usman a bunch of times.
Yeah,
But
just one last point
yeah,
on
like
Usman, and he in the pre-fight interview thing, he was saying that he's just gonna do the wrestling stuff until people start respecting his wrestling. He said I will bring back the striking as soon as people start respecting me. Like, and I'm like, that's such a fair thing to do, because like you have given this beautiful striking fights. Like, stick to your bread and butter. Like, that's fair. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah. I
totally
mean,
agree
he
with that.
he
Yeah,
was he was on the way to winning that
Leon
Leon
fight.
fight. And actually, one thing I do also commend him on is that like he's never
Yeah,
really complained about like, oh, like I was trying to put it out for the fans, because it was so obvious that like if he wanted to just win that fight, like literally he had Leon against the cage and Herb Dean
yeah,
separated it, right? And
yeah,
then he said, like on his interview with Rogan, he said he was trying to set Leon up, and then of course he
yeah,
zigged when he should have zagged. One mistake,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you're waking up later. So like now us the fans can't really fault him if he decides to, go back to playing it safe, because that's what
Yeah,
made him a champion in the first
yeah,
place, right? Like he
yeah,
was putting
yeah.
it on the line just to entertain the fans, and then
Mm.
when he lost, it's like, like
We
the
were hurt.
fans are not gonna pay your bills. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The fans are not gonna pay
Mm.
your bills. So I understand. So
Mm.
I mean, yeah. So our next story. So okay, Merab was named Fighter of the Year, 2025 Fighter of the Year. What do you think about this? But it's just for the first half.
For the
I mean,
first
he
half of the
has
year.
had 3 wins. Yeah, 3 crazy wins. Is he the greatest bantamweight of all time? I think he is at this point.
Man, who has he won against? He's won
Let
against.
me let me just
Let's see.
read you like
Yeah.
Merab's resume, right?
Mm.
Moraes,
Oof.
Aldo,
Oof.
Jan,
Oof.
Cejudo,
Oof.
O'Malley,
Oof.
Umar, O'Malley
Oof.
again. Like just that resume
Man.
alone is
Wow.
insane,
That's
insane,
an
and he seems
incredible.
to be getting better.
It's crazy, right? How better he's getting, isn't it? I think him winning over what's his
Umar,
name, Nurmagomedov, Umar. Yeah, I
yeah,
think that to me is a great argument for him to be fighter of the year. To be
yeah,
honest, like, because
because like
Umar is
his
very
like
good.
that fight was crazy. Because Umar was, I think Umar potentially won the first 2 rounds, but the last
Mm,
three were
yeah.
so dominant for Merab
Oh my
that it's
god.
like towards the end, like Umar was throwing stuff at Merab, and he was just so fatigued that it had like
Mm.
his skills are still there, but he was just so tired. And that's
Yeah.
something that we should discuss. It's like, who can even beat Merab? I mean, probably next he's gonna fight Corey, who I like a lot. And I mean, Corey could do something crazy, like land a crazy flying knee or a real kick KO. And he does
But
have the cardio, but it's like
okay, for
because
me,
like
this is what I think. Right, I think uh if Marab can literally strike with Sean O'Malley, who's a fantastic striker, and actually nullify every single strike that he has and find a way to navigate himself and actually get his game out. I don't see a way that Curry can actually find a game plan to even beat Morab. You know what I mean? Like striking wise, I don't think Corey has an up like that much of an upper hand over Marab. Like, I just don't think he can do much to Marab unless his ground game has improved. Like Marab seems like this is the crazy part of Marab. He starts off a fight like at just medium. Like he's just like
yeah, he
fighting
gets more
medium,
powerful as the
and
fight
then
goes on.
and then as the fight goes on, he's collected all these data, and now he knows exactly how to beat you. And he just starts whooping you from round three to the end. It's just people that fight like that are very difficult to fight. You have to get rid of them in the first round or the second round, or
Yeah.
else you're screwed. So it's just like Corey's gonna, yeah, you come in there with a game plan. He basically collects the data of all your game plans. Like, okay, this is how to beat him, and it's like tough, and he's got great cardio. It's like, what are you gonna
He's
do?
got insane, like probably the best cardio of all time. Like it's
Absolutely.
the fifth round. It's the fifth round, and Merab is still smiling, pushing, like he's like punching himself in the face. He does this stuff at the beginning of every round, and it's like you could literally see Umar like looking across the cage and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
look in his
yeah.
eyes, because he like Umar did put everything into that fight. Like he did try, like
Mm,
in like he is very skilled, right? I would say
mm.
potentially, like if like Marab did not exist, he should have been champ and he
Yeah,
should be champ, like
I heard
because
a
he's very,
rumor
very good.
that he broke his hand in the fight or something like that.
I mean, but still, it's like if he broke his hand in the fight, like who was he punching? He was punching
Yeah.
Marab. He was punching the machine. It's like, and like for me, I would say even if his hand wasn't broken, right? Like by the
Mm,
fifth round, he looked so exhausted that I
yeah.
feel that like Marab, like in fact, I'm a bit upset that Marab did not finish him. Like now that we're
Yeah.
seeing this improved version of Marab that is submitting people, because like
Mm.
the last version of O'Malley that Marab fought is actually a better O'Malley, because the
Yes.
first O'Malley, he was being a
Yes.
bit tentative, he was not really
Mm.
landing his strikes. Like Merab kind of embarrassed him, but like
Mm.
he was making some excuses, this and that, blah blah blah. He said, oh, he was smoking, was doing all of this stuff. So even
Mm.
that was part of the sell for the next fight, even though the diehards didn't really want it. But he did look better in the second fight. But Merab looked
Absolutely.
even better than the better version. And he
It's
submitted him in the third
incredible.
round. Like he couldn't do anything. So for me, I'm like, when Merab fought Umar, right?
Yeah.
Those like the fourth and the fifth round, Umar was like basically done. He was like spent.
Nah.
Like Merab
It
was
was
literally
over.
taking time out to like pose to the crowd, right? Like he
The
was like
disrespect.
joking, doing all of this stuff. So if he really wanted to finish Umar, and actually that's a bit of confidence, because like most fighters, when they're not really sure how it's going, like they're like struggling to finish the fight. But Merab, he's like, he doesn't have that pressure, because he's like, even if it's the last minute of the last round, I'm still gonna have the cardio. I'm still gonna be here, but you're gonna be extremely
Mm.
tired. So what does that even
Mm.
say? If like now, I don't know who Umar is gonna fight next. I don't like, because he's, I would say, if not Corey, right? Like we'll see what happens with Corey versus Marab. We'll see what happens with that fight. But
Yeah, yeah,
who
yeah,
should
yeah, yeah.
Umar even fight next? Because
Sean O'Malley, I reckon.
he's probably good. That would be it. That's actually a very, very good fight. That's actually a
Sean
very, very good
O'Malley.
fight. But then what happens if O'Malley wins? He's not gonna fight Merab the third time.
It's the UFC, man. Anything is possible. It's the
O'Malley is
UFC,
a big star.
but he's a big star. O'Malley is a big star, but I think O'Malley would have if Merab wins his fight with Corey, Corey versus what's his name? Sugar Shane, but not Sugar Shane. Was it? That's boxing. I mean Sean. Uh, Sean versus Amali makes sense to me. If that's a perfect fight. That would be a beautiful striking fight. You know, yeah. I think this division's gonna get tough if Umar beats it's gonna be tough to matchmake because who else can he fight?
I mean, this division is definitely like probably one of the most stacked, right? Like, actually, this is a very, very good time for the UFC, because we have
Yeah.
crazy stacked divisions, right? Like, bantamweight is looking crazy, welterweight is looking insane as well. Like, featherweight actually is also pretty good, because you have like a
Mm,
bunch of good names in there.
mm.
Even, I mean, flyweight is actually stacked. It's just that Pantoja is just so good.
Uh,
Fly, because flyweight is actually stacked, right? Like you have Van, you have Moreno, you have Rebel, you have Albazi, you have Cara
oh
France, you have
man.
Tyra in there, you have Cap, you have Almabayev, you have Steve Erceg. Like there's actually a lot of good fighters. It's just that Pantoja is
I
so
told
much
you.
better that like it makes the division not look stacked. And you
It
have
almost seems
lightweight,
unfair,
of
to be
course.
honest.
Yeah, like lightweight is also, as always, stacked, super stacked. You have Islam, Arman, Charles, of course, Ilya is in now. Like you have
Mm.
Dustin, you have Dan Hooker, actually, which we're gonna talk next about. Actually, the Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway fight coming up uh this
Mm.
weekend. But lightweight is
Mm.
stacked as well. Like, and we just spoke about welterweight. Welterweight is very stacked. Right. And the new
That's a
guard seems to be
stacked
coming up.
division.
Like Michael Morales, that guy just destroyed Burns. Right? Like just
Beast.
bulldozed him. Of course, you have Buckley, like he did suffer that loss to Usman, but he's still very good. And even
I
from
think
what he
he's
said
still
at
up
the
there.
end, yeah, he's still up there. So it's like he can still do some amazing things in that division. We have Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates coming up soon. You know, you have Kevin Holland, you have
Beautiful fight.
Gebra Bonfim, who just had, I mean, a
And
controversial
Kevin Holland
win
is in the next. He's in the
against.
next card as well, right?
Yes, the next card as well.
Mm.
So we're gonna get to that. So
Mm.
welterweight is kind of stacked. I think the only divisions that are kind of middleweight is still pretty good. Like we have Duplessis, we have Imavov,
Mm.
Strickland, Hamzat. You know, we have
Mm.
Izzy in there. We have Whitaker, Kaio, who's a monster. We have Jared, who's still going strong. We have Delidze, Hernandez. We have Vittori, who's also fighting on the next card against Brendan Allen. We have RDR, who just, you know, had one of the craziest upsets of all time against Bo Nickel, right?
Oh,
Like former 2 division champ in 1FC, right? Like his fight against
Bo
Duplessis is
Nickel.
probably gonna be insane. Like
That would be
if he gets up there, it's
oh.
probably gonna be insane. And even light heavyweight, I wouldn't say it's super shallow, right? Like I could say like probably in the men's divisions, it's just heavyweight and light heavyweight that are kind of like,
Like, yeah,
I
there's
wouldn't
always
say
one.
lacking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe like
Yeah.
star power. Cause like
Speaking of
Ankalaev is
light
very good.
heavyweight, he's better than
Yeah.
I thought. To be honest, better than I thought. What he did
Who
to Alex Pereira was
Pereira.
incredible, man.
Yes,
That was
yes. I mean, it's
incredible.
like he should have been champ. I feel like
He should have been
champ
champ. Yeah.
because, yeah, like he should have been champ because like that fight against Jan, he won it in the later rounds. Now, of course, his legs were messed up, but that fight being a draw did not make sense. And then, okay, if you have
Yeah.
the fight as a draw, then rebook the rematch, right? Why would you have another fight and then none of the guys in the previous fight that drew fight for that? And then, like, Ankalaev had to go through this whole gauntlet before he even got to fight for the title again. And then you saw what happened when he did fight for the title, right? Like, he had to knock out Johnny Walker damn near 2 times, then beat Rakic, you know,
Johnny Walker
before he even
is the
got it.
funniest person to ever get knocked out on this planet. I swear to God.
Yeah, I mean, his next fight is gonna be very, very interesting because he's fighting this new. Let me see. Let me see really quick. I think he's fighting a Chinese prospect who is very, very good. He's fighting Zhang Mingyang, I believe. I believe he's fighting Zhang Mingyang. Yes, Zhang Mingyang, who is very, very good.
Oh, I've
The
seen
memes
his
about
highlights
this.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the memes about this are hilarious. So it's like,
They-
we might get another all-time classic Johnny Walker. We might get another all-time classic Johnny Walker KO. So I mean, it's like you have to watch every Johnny Walker fight. Like it's must-see TV. You have to see it
Yes,
because he's either
absolutely.
knocking somebody out
Or
spectacularly
getting knocked out.
or getting knocked out
I
spectacularly,
respect
and
that
people
about
will pay
him.
money for that.
Absolutely.
Oh, so
What about the
so speaking
heavyweight
of light,
division? Oh, sorry, continue with the
the
lightweight.
heavyweight division is kind of, I mean, it's like when we have, like, it's bad. It's bad.
Oh, Taito Vassar
We
is
need
what? Taito Vassar is 10th. Oh, really?
number 10. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, he's on
It's
a
been a while
crazy
since he's
loss
won a
streak though.
fight, hasn't it?
Yeah, I love Ty, but I feel like at this point, right, like he's making too much money outside of the UFC, bro. Like he
Yes.
doesn't even his
I see
last
this
fight,
man
he
on
was
edge
doing kind
everywhere.
of yeah, like I mean, he's having a good time, he's chilling. Like, I mean, we have Aspinall, we have Gon, who should not be number 1, by the way. I think Volkov won that last fight. We have Pavlovich, but like he's going through some shit right now because like he was on that crazy streak and he was supposed to be the guy, but I
Yeah.
guess after Aspinall like did what he did, and then Volkov kind of like exposed him, like his hype has kind of died down. Blades just won against Rizvan Kuniev. Some people say it was a robbery. Blades is always still game, right? Like
Yes.
he's one of the heavyweights that I think. I mean, he does have a win against Tom Aspinall, but it was an injury. And in the second fight, some people say it was an early stop it, but he did get dropped bad. And at
In the
heavyweight,
last
it's
fight with Tom. Yeah.
yeah, he got
I think
dropped
he was
bad.
doing
So
good against. I think he was doing good against Tom Aspinall until before that. You know what I mean?
yeah, but the drop was bad. I mean, they could have let it
Yeah.
go on for a
Yeah.
bit more, I guess, just to kind of
Yeah.
solidify it. But at heavyweight, it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, like a
Yeah.
couple more
It's a
punches could be
sticky
like a
one.
couple years of your life. Yeah, it's a bit of a sticky one for real. For
It's
real.
a bit of a sticky one because if you let him go ahead and have it, and you could give someone permanent brain damage, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Jailton wants to fight Volkov next. So,
Mm.
I mean, I don't know who Tom Aspinall is gonna fight next. Now that Jon Jones has vacated, because he
Yeah, but he's
already
back though.
beat Volkov, you already beat Sergey, you already beat Blades. Um,
Mm.
I think he beat Spivak already, I believe.
Yeah. Who is that Brazilian wrestler that's in the heavyweight division? I think
That's
he's
Almeida. Yeah, Almeida.
yeah,
So he's
I
gonna fight
think he
Volkov
has a
next,
good shot.
potentially
Yeah, if he beats
against
Volk,
Aspinall.
I think he has a I think he has a better shot than any heavyweight besides Jon Jones right there
I
in the
mean, it's
list.
like the thing is, I do think so too as well. Like compared to all
Yeah.
the other heavyweights, because he brings something different, which is like the ground game. But he used to be a light heavyweight.
True. Very
And
true.
it's like fighting Tom Aspinall, who's 6'5", cuts down to heavyweight, right? It's I'm just seeing Tom Aspinall just blitz him and knock him out in the first round. Like I cannot take that image out of my mind.
No, I think that Tom Aspinall can't blitz against like someone who's a wrestler like that. Cause like if you blitz, like the chances of you being taken down are higher because you're literally bringing yourself. Cause it's like if he's blitzing, throwing the right hand, he could duck the right hand and then also do the take, like also proceed to take him down. So I think it's more interesting because like Tom Aspinall can't just blitz the guy. He has to actually
But
set up his shot. You know what I mean?
that's kind of true. That's kind of true. I mean, I do agree with that. But the thing is, with Almeida, we've seen him make some questionable decisions,
Mistakes.
right?
Yes.
Like
Yes. Yes.
in his fight against Curtis Blades, right? He got knocked out due to elbows because he was trying to secure the takedown. Because his striking game
True.
is, I would say, pretty much non-existent, right? So he's always no, it's true.
Mm.
Just watch his fights, right? And even
True,
he
true, true,
fights
true.
like it, right? He's trying to get it to the ground as soon as possible. Like his fight against Derek Lewis was a
Mm,
snoozer, as some people would say, even though he did win that fight and he did display a lot of, like, I would say, fight IQ, but just because like
mm,
he just essentially held Derek Lewis down, could not submit him, couldn't really hurt him. And of
mm.
course, every moment that it was on the feet was like red alert, because like he was liable to get knocked out at any moment. So he was just trying to get it to the
Yeah,
ground. Now, the thing is, Derek Lewis, like his wrestling defense is not really the best. Like we love
yeah,
him, but like
mm,
that's been the Derek Lewis blueprint. It's just get him down, try to tire him out, and then like as the rounds go on, eventually you're probably gonna be able to submit him, or like if
mm.
you can't, like he'll just run out of time. But with
Yes,
Aspinall, he's actually big and he actually can wrestle and he actually
yes,
is good on the ground.
yes.
Like
True, true, true,
actually,
true,
I would
true.
be curious to see because I'm not sure if Almeida could take him down, right? Because the
Yeah,
size, like a guy who was able to make light heavyweight before, trying to take down Tom Aspinall for me, like it just seems like a
unreal.
tall task. And then in the process of taking him down, right?
Mm.
Tom Aspinall, his submission skills are extremely impressive. Like what he did to Volkov
Wow,
was crazy.
wow.
So
No, no, you
and
raise a
then
good
while
point.
he's
Yeah,
even
you
trying to
raise a
get the
good point.
takedown, like there could be an uppercut coming for him. But you are right. He does present, I would say, the most interesting challenge to Aspinall right now. Because with everybody else,
Yeah.
like we just see them probably getting knocked out or submitted in the first round. So
I was
maybe
honestly scraping the barrel. Because that's all we can do in the heavyweight division when
that's
someone's
how we
that
can do.
dominant.
But
Yeah.
something I do think, do you know what? I kind of think that like Jon Jones, I feel like he's still gonna fight Tom.
Yeah. That.
I feel
Yeah.
like because he did
Yeah.
say he wanted to fight Tom, but like he
Yeah.
needed 6 months. So I think for him vacating, and of course, if I'm wrong, it's fine. But I think
Yeah.
him vacating was just like, okay, because the whole internet was against him, right? There was even a
Yeah. Yeah.
petition to strip Jon Jones. So maybe he's just like, all right, I'm not gonna fight right now. You guys have the belt, right? And one of the things that Tom has said is that like he knows that John is a bit upset that there's not a lot of tape on Tom because of course all his fights end so fast, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so maybe Tom, like maybe John does want to see what happens if Tom, has like one or two more fights. I mean, against Gon,
Absolutely.
Gon is actually a very good striker. Like
Mm.
his wrestling defense leaves a lot to be desired. So he could
Mm.
get it. He could get submitted first round, but he will, like, we know, like on the feet, he could potentially strike with Aspinall, right? And
Mm.
I hope he's been working on his wrestling. So if they do book that fight right, maybe we could see him push Aspinall to like the later rounds, and then we'd be able to see because a lot of people are like, we've seen Aspinall first round, potentially up to second round. I think Arlovsky took him to like the second or third round, right? He
Mm.
still finished Arlovsky, but Arlovsky took him into the deeper rounds. But I guess essentially we will be able to see, okay, how does Tom look in the fourth round? How does he look in the fifth
Yes.
round?
Yes.
Because he's
Yes.
just
Yes.
getting these guys out of there so
Ow.
fast. And
Ow.
we've seen that happen before with Francis, where he was getting guys out, and then when he went against the final boss, who was Stipe, he had to dig deep, and he lost that fight, even though he didn't get finished, but he lost that fight. So,
Mm.
what do you think?
Like the fight between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall.
Aspinall. Yeah,
You
like,
see, for
why do you
me, I
think
think
John?
I think that Jon Jones, I think what you said was like, I agree with it. I think there is not much data for Jon Jones to actually collect. There's a lot of unknowns for him to actually prepare for Tom Aspinall, which to me like actually correlates to him wanting those 6 months to actually train for Tom Aspinall. Because like, what
Mhm.
game plan are you? Because Jon Jones always has had a great game plan. Like he's a game plan person when he goes to a
Mhm.
fight. You know what I mean? Like it's like what dangers does he have? What weaknesses does he have? You don't have that at all. So there's a lot of unknowns. So I totally understand like Jon Jones is asking for the 6 months, but in terms of the actual fight, I honestly speaking, I think it's a 50-50 because like Tom Aspinall is a big guy, but he moves so fucking quick. You know what I mean?
He
Like
is
when he
so quick. It
strikes,
it it
he is
defies physics.
quick. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. Like physics does the physics is not physicsing for me. It's not making sense because
And
someone
he
that size,
like
yeah.
he moves so fast.
He moves very fast. He moves very fast. And like Jon Jones, to me, I think his defense when it comes to striking is very underrated, but also has a weakness because every time like someone's punching, he slips. But most of the time, he moves his head back and runs back, and I think that can be
Yeah.
taken advantage of with someone that blitzes like Tom Aspinall. But when it comes to the wrestling aspect of it, I think Tom Aspinall has great defense in the wrestling part, but Jon Jones, I think, just edges him a little bit, but not enough for it to be like just a total domination on the ground. So this fight is actually, for me, is gonna be one of Jon Jones' toughest fights. But now that I say this, we were saying the exact same thing about Cyril Gahn.
Yes.
Took him down and choked him out in the first round. So the thing is, it's
Yeah,
just
two
like
minutes.
there is. That's why I'm like, this fight is 50-50. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen. But it's just like, I think it's just a new sense of motivation for Jon Jones, and he needs this challenge, and and if he beats him, to me,
Definitely.
he's already solidified being the greatest. But if he beats Tom Arsenal, there is no argument. Like, you
Yeah,
can't
like
argue
it's
it.
like he's
Yeah,
already the greatest, but then it's
yeah,
like at
you
this
can't
point
argue
he's
it.
he's even great. Like
Yeah,
yeah, all of his haters will have
yeah,
to. I mean, at this point, there's a lot of cope already in
yeah,
it. But
yeah,
if he comes back and beats Tom Aspinall, right, then
yeah.
what do you even say at that point?
Like, you,
What do
you
you even
you
say at
you
that point?
cannot say anything about it. Like, he is the greatest. Even for me, even if he gets split decision, I don't care. He's he can't argue. Dana White's been
I
glazing.
feel like
I'm glazing.
even if he comes back, even if he comes back and he
Yeah,
loses to Thomas, he's still the greatest
yeah,
because like
absolutely,
it doesn't erase all of the stuff that he's done right so
absolutely.
far. This man has never lost a fight, right? He's fought every single style, right? Like he's fought every single style of fighter. He's fought the
Mm,
best wrestlers. He's fought the best Brazilian jiu-jitsu artists. He's fought the best boxers. He's fought the best kickboxers, right? And a
absolutely.
bunch of them in their prime, right? Like some people have qualms with, the beginning of his career of like, oh, he
Mm,
was fighting old guys, but these old guys were still winning against the cream of the crop, right? They were at
yes.
the top for a reason.
Mm.
Every person he beat, like essentially from the age of 23 years old, Jon Jones was fighting the best guy
Oh,
every time.
oh, the best of the
Now people
best.
are using hindsight. Yeah, yeah. Now people are using hindsight to say, oh, they were old or they were this. At the time, they were the best, right? Like
Yes,
at the time, everyone was like, oh, this is the next guy. This is the
that's
next
all we
guy. This is
had.
the next guy. But yeah, but he won. He won every time. And then I remember even when he was about to fight Gon, right?
Mm.
People were all clamoring, all going around like, "Oh, John is gonna lose. He's never fought someone this big. Gon is a good striker. He already got wrestled by Francis. He's probably been training. He's not gonna be caught the same way he did." Jon Jones like did zero significant strikes landed, takes him down, chokes him out.
But like, before we move
Like
on to,
potentially just made it too easy.
he
Yeah.
made it look easy. Before we move on to the next topic, I just want to say, like, you just brought up Ngannou. I feel like if Ngannou gets brought back to the heavyweight division, then that changes everything.
Yes, now we're talking.
That
But
changes
I think Dana and
everything.
the UFC don't want to work with him anymore. So I think at this point, right, Francis already went out, did all of the stuff, made all the money. But like
Mm.
if Ngannou does come back, it makes it very interesting because it's
Yeah, there was
like he
rumors
can
that he's
fight.
coming back.
I mean, if he does come back, that would be amazing for the UFC, for the heavyweight division, for the fans, because he never lost the belt. He's
He
still
never lost the
lineal
belt.
heavyweight champ.
Yeah,
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 he's still
yeah,
linear
yeah.
heavyweight champ, and it would be good for um Aspinall as well if Ngannou does come back, because that would mean that he could like his problem right now is that like he doesn't really have any names to beat because he's
Yeah.
already beating most of the guys in the division, and it's like there's not really any exciting fights, right? Like if he wants to become a big
Mm,
star or he wants to have big money, like that's why he was clamoring so much for the Jon Jones fight because he's like, yo, you're the
mm,
last legend left you know? Like
mm,
there's no
mm,
other big
mm, mm,
names.
mm,
Like
mm, mm,
John
mm,
beat
mm.
Stipe and Stipe retired. So like the rest of the heavyweight division, they're like none of them have even been champ before, except Sirogan, who's interim. But it's like Sirogan doesn't
Mm,
really have that huge of a name. Maybe in the French market, but like
mm, mm, mm,
compared
mm,
to
mm,
Jones,
mm,
it's
mm.
nothing. But if Francis
It's
does
nothing,
come
yeah.
back, that's a good fight for Aspinall.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean, I
that'll be
think
a great
Francis knocks
business
him out,
move.
but I think Francis knocks him out. But regardless, it's a good fight. I mean,
Uh,
what do you think?
do I think Francis knocks out Tom Aspinall?
Yeah, who do you think wins?
Oh, that's a good fight, man. Look,
That's
Francis
a
is a
very good fight.
beast, man. Francis is a beast. And like, I know that Tom Aspinall's wrestling is good, like it's better than his, but he's just too strong. Like, like if you try to take him down,
Yeah.
he will essentially just use his power to get back up. And when it comes to the striking realm, it doesn't even matter if 12 Hassel lands 2 punches and gotta just need one.
He just needs
He
one.
just needs
Actually,
one
he
and
needs
then he's
half of
done.
like the moment that like I feel like there's some moments in fights where you go like, oh my God, this guy is so fucked. When I was
Yeah.
watching that Francis Stipe fight, the second fight, and
Mm.
Stipe shot a takedown and Francis sprawled, I was like,
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ,
God.
this is about to go terribly for
I,
Stipe because you could see the look at Stipe's eyes when Francis sprawled, reversed, and started landing ground and pound. I was like, oh my God, he is so fucked. Like
honestly, yeah.
the levels of fucked. Wait, it's because that was the last thing. That was the last thing. Like immediately after that, Francis literally just started playing ping pong. Right? He was just like every single shot was hurting Stipe.
Oh,
And then
it
Stipe
was,
is like even trying to go for a takedown is a problem.
yeah. Like it's
He's
just
just gonna
like
reverse you and start landing ground and pound.
it's like I
And
was
you're not
like I
stronger than it.
yeah, ain't no way you're stronger than him. No way. Like I was like for me, I was like when he tried to take down Ngannou and Ngannou stuffed his deck down, I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ain't no like what else are
This
you
man
gonna
is
do?
finished.
Like what
It's
else
like
you can
he's
oh
just
you
a
can
sicking.
like cause the thing is like the way Stipe beat him in the first fight would
Yeah.
take something out of your soul, like as Ngannou as someone that's been
I mean,
knocking out all
literally,
these
he got
people.
knocked out his next fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got knocked out
Eh,
his next fight. A lot of people say because of the damage from the Francis fight.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. DC, no. Let's not disrespect DC like that, man. DC knocked him out. Come on. Let's not. DC knocked him out
Hey,
fair and square.
I have not seen. I mean, DC did knock about fair and square, but it's like if Stipe didn't have that fight with Ngannou, right?
Yeah.
Prior, I'm not sure if the knockout would have been as easy because it was like
Yeah.
it was like a punch in the clinch, right? It was like a punch in the
Mm,
clinch. I mean,
mm.
Stipe has always been kind of like I don't want to say chinny, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but like he reacts very badly to shots that he doesn't see,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
most of his
Yeah. Yeah.
knockouts come out. Like when he got knocked
Yeah.
out against Stefan Struve,
Mm.
um even when Alistair dropped him. Remember when Alistair dropped him? Alistair like
Yeah.
ran away, like circled the cage, and then just like threw a lazy jab and he dropped Stipe. He drops Stipe. It's like Stipe reacts very badly to shots that he doesn't see. But like
Mm.
for some reason, he would eat like the hardest shots from Francis Ngannou. But as long as he
Mm.
sees it and he braces for it, he's fine. Because like even when
Mm.
Francis
Mm.
knocked him
Mm.
out the
Mm.
second time, right? He like
Mm.
he dropped
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
first, did not knock him out. I feel like any other heavyweight, that shot sends
Would
them
have.
to orbit.
Bye bye, my
Yeah,
nigga.
so
Back
he
to the
ate that
lobby.
first one. I mean, he did. Yeah, he did not. About he didn't chin him, but he
Mm.
dropped him. Was landing ground and pound, and Stipe got up right. Then Stipe
Mm.
actually landed a good punch, and then
Mm.
he kind of like got lazy in his defense, and then Francis just clipped him with that clean shot that
Mm.
he
Mm.
did
Mm.
not
Mm. Mm.
see.
Mm.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah. So that version of Ngannou fighting Tom is kind of
Lethal. Lethal stuff,
yeah,
bro.
kind of lethal, kind of lethal. I mean, now he's a bit older, but he is better, and he's just been training striking this whole time, and his wrestling skills don't go away. So I think if he just gets super fit, gets laid back, hopefully the UFC is able to make a good deal with him.
Mm.
Francis versus Tom Aspinall, make it in the UK or wherever it is. I think that's a very good fight. What do you think?
Fantastic fight. I have no issues with that fight at all.
Beautiful fight, beautiful fight. Okay. Very, very good. So do
Mm.
we move on to this card coming up
Yes, sir.
this weekend? Okay, so we
This
have
is a
Holloway
sleeper
versus
card.
Poirier 3.
Yes.
Sleeper card. I mean, it's kind of crazy that it's a sleeper card. I mean, just shows us how good the UFC has been feeding us lately. Some
Ah,
people would
thank
beg
you.
to disagree, but we've kind of had some banger cards. We've kind of had some
Absolutely.
banger cards. I mean, we just had Ilya versus Charles. Let me see what other cards do we have. We had Usman versus Buckley. That card was kind of good. We have Hill versus Roundtree was a banger too. We had O'Malley versus Dvalishvili. We had, I mean, I would say in terms of pay-per-views, we've had some decent pay-per-views. Like for the hardcores, we've been eating good because
Oh,
let me just
We
read the cards
we've been
since
spoiled.
March, right? Yeah, like we've been having some good cards. Like, let me
Mm.
just read the cards since March, right? So in March we had Cap versus Almabayev. That was a good card. Cap put
Mm.
on a masterclass. We had Pereira versus Ankalaev. Good fight too. Good main event.
Mm.
Vittori versus Dolitz. I would say it was okay. Edwards versus Brady was a very good showing for Brady. Morena versus Urseg. That was good scrap as well. Flyweights always bring it. Emmett
Oh
versus
my
Murphy
God.
was, I would say that
Man,
was
I would
pretty
hate to
good.
be a
Like,
flyweight because you have to be on point. How fast they are? Jeez.
they are fast. And now they're developing KO power.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Then we had Volkanovski versus Lopez, very good card. We had Gary versus Prates. We had Sandhagen versus Figgy. We had Bilal versus Brady. We had Burns versus Morales. Good
Mm.
fight as well. Merab versus O'Malley too. Usman versus Buckley. Hill versus
Mm.
Roundtree. Tapir versus Oliveira. We just had Lewis versus Teixeira. The whole card, maybe not the best, but like that main event was definitely worth it. I mean, it got the president of the United States to call in. So thank you for this next card, UFC. So we have Holloway versus Poirier 3. It's going to be their third meeting. Poirier is 2-0 on Max Holloway. Right
Mm.
now, I think they're going to be doing it the best time because their first fight, um, of course, I do love Holloway. I know how you feel about Poirier.
What do you mean?
I have respect for him, right? I
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
respect for him. I know you do not.
I,
Holloway is one of my, I would say, one of my most beloved fighters. Imagine his first fight in the UFC, he had to fight Dustin Poirier. Imagine that shit, bro.
that's
Your
crazy, bro.
first fight in the UFC, you're fighting Dustin Poirier. Why? And then his second fight against Poirier was like short notice, upper weight class, and he still did good. He still did
It,
good against prime Dustin, like God King Dustin, and he still did good. So like this last fight, I think I saw somewhere Max said that like because at the time when Max fought Dustin, he was undefeated. So Dustin took his O, and then he took
wow.
his win streak, took his O. Like he had a win streak, and then he had another win streak and lost to Dustin again. So he was like, "Oh, he took my undefeated record and he took my O." Max said he's gonna take his retirement fight. So I think Max is super dialed in, right?
Mm,
Like
mm, mm,
especially
mm,
after
mm,
that
mm,
loss to Ilya, like
mm,
he's dialed in. And I think like lightweight is a better like division for him, right? Like he's been
mm,
cut into
mm, mm,
145 way too much. Like we saw what he did to Gaethje.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, he has lost twice to Dustin Poirier, so I feel like he should be way more motivated to beat him this time. You know, but the thing is, I just think like even though Dustin Poirier is a bit of a, I won't say that anyway. I won't say that, but like I just think Dustin Poirier is a bit too powerful, and his striking is a bit too
But
sharp.
we kind of said that about Gaethje.
That is true. That is true.
Like,
That is
I'm not sure
true.
if you can say that Dustin is more powerful than Gaethje. Gaethje hits hard.
Gaethje does hit hard, but I think Dustin has a more precision, and his shots will land where he actually wants them to. Whereas Gaethje to me could possibly have more power than Justin Gaethje, but just that,
Yeah.
sorry, Gaethje would have more power than Dustin Gaethje. I wouldn't argue that at all, but I would say that the more precise shots are from Dustin because he has that good boxing stance where where he aims, he lands. Like he was landing good shots on Islam in the last fight. But the thing is, Max Holloway is the same. Like with when it comes to that accuracy, like that's the thing. Like I think it's just gonna be a bit of a power discrepancy, like difference between them two. But Max Holloway did knock out Justin Gaethje, so we don't know how much power he's been carrying to this weight division. He could be a monster now with all that with that motivation, but
Yeah.
statistically speaking, Dustin always loses when there's a belt on the line.
Yeah. I mean, oh my God. Like, we
And
cannot.
the UFC
Like,
have cursed him
oh.
by giving this a BMF belt.
Wait, I
And
mean,
thank you, Jesus.
Could he break? Could he finally break the curse? Do you think?
Man, I hope not.
I mean, it's
But
like because it is Dustin's last fight, and it's
mm,
like he's still looking sharp, but I feel like
mm,
now we're starting to see a bit of a decline in Dustin, and he even
yeah,
said it. He said that like his goal has always been to be champion, and like if he's not going to be champion, he doesn't want to just fill up the rankings. And it's like this is kind of like, I mean, I could say feel good fight. It's not really a feel good fight because both of them are fan favorites, and someone has to lose, but
Oh
like.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah,
dialed
yeah.
in, and Dustin is a dog. Like we saw, he's pushed Islam. I mean, other than Volk, right? Like
Mm.
he got beat every round. I would say, but he did put up a tough fight against
No,
Islam.
he
So
put up
he's
a
a
very good
dog,
fight.
right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he
he's
could have.
a dog. But
I think if he actually locked in, or if it was just all Dustin, he could have won that fight.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like the version of Dustin that fought Islam is definitely, I would say, not as like just physically, right?
Mm.
Physically, maybe not mentally, maybe not all of that, but physically, definitely not on the same level as the one that fought Habib. Like the Dustin that fought Habib was God King Dustin. Like that was like prime Dustin. That was Dustin that
Mm.
was like, you know, but like he had some mistakes because the Dustin that fought Islam was wiser. I would say like better, takedown defense, better, um, I would say fight IQ, but he just didn't have the same
Edge.
edge as the
Mm.
Dustin that fought Habib. Because Dustin was the closest person ever to finishing Habib. Like he had him in a
Mm.
guillotine.
Mm. 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 Mm.
But
Yeah.
regardless of how this fight goes, I think it's a pick 'em even, like in terms of the odds. But
Yeah.
I would I would pick Max to win this because I feel like his story is not
Really?
over. And I feel like now his fire is kind of reignited where he's
Mm.
like, because he's just 33 years old.
Oh,
Like
is he only 33?
yeah, he's been fighting in the UFC for so long,
Wow.
right? But it's like he's still young in like actual age. Like in the fighting age, he's like extremely old. But
No,
Max is
he's
still just
in fighting
33
age.
years
He's
old.
just reached his prime. To be honest, that's
Yeah,
when you
he's
reach
just
your
reached his
prime.
prime. He's just
Yeah.
33 years old. And now he's
Wow.
moving up a weight class. So he doesn't have, the crazy weight cut that he used to have. And he's already beat Gaethje. Like he's literally already beat one of the top contenders. And now he's fighting Dustin, who, of course, like Dustin is looking in insane shape and nobody wants to end their last fight on like a loss.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like Max, like Max has been talking his shit lately. Like, did you see what he said
Mm.
about Pereira?
What did he say?
He was like, "Oh, the UFC are just lining up guys for Superior." He's like, "Oh, like you guys are looking at the names that he's beat, but like look at their circumstances." He said he beat a Volk that just came off, a head kick KO loss. He said
Ew.
um he beat Oliveira that was just on a one fight win streak. He said he beat him that was just on a one fight win streak. So essentially, like he's trying to say that like Ilya has been getting favorable matchmaking. So I think like Max is reignited. I mean, we haven't seen Max talk shit like this
In a
in a
while.
while. Like nicest
I
man in
think
the UFC.
Max is a
So if
bit
he brings,
mad.
yeah, if he brings that aggression, to Dustin in this fight, like actually brings it to him,
Mm.
right? Because we've seen how Max performs when he's the underdog. Like I would say
Mm.
he gave Topuria his hardest fight so far. Because like
Absolutely.
he was winning that fight until he wasn't.
Until Ilya
And
did
he
what he
just he
does.
just made yeah, he just made two mistakes. He
Mm.
switched stances, right? He
Mm.
switched stances. He did a lazy switch in front of Ilya. Ilya capitalized, landed that beautiful shot. And then
Mm.
while Ilya was crowding him, right, he could have, I mean, I know even he would probably look back and see the mistakes that he made because, like, he could have survived, but like Ilya capitalized crazy. Like, he threw a knee, and I feel like probably if Max looks back at it, he might have been like, okay, maybe I could have gone for a takedown. Maybe I could have,
Mm.
tried to do some clinch work, some
Mm.
stuff like that, rather than throwing a knee. Because when he threw that knee, he left himself open for that crazy left hook that
Mm. Mm.
just sent him
Mm.
to the ground. Because we've never really seen Max like get hurt bad like that.
The thing is,
So it's like
it's
I
like
think
Ilya's been knocking people out. When he hit Max, he knocked him down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, you knocked him down.
He
So it's
knocked him
like,
down.
I
He
think
wasn't a
even
knockout.
there's a part of Max that's like, yeah, because like
Yeah.
if Max did not make that mistake, that fight could have gone on. And of course, this is definitely
Mm.
cope because he did get knocked out. But it's
Yeah.
like I think there's a part of Max that's like I made like two mistakes in a fight where I was doing very good in because he was
Mm.
kind of like breaking Ilya down slowly. And
Mm.
Max like is like the pre version of Merab where like in the fourth and fifth round he gets even stronger, right? So
Mm.
I think Max is like, I fucked up by going down to featherweight, the cut,
Mm.
because that also might have affected his chin, right? He's
Mm,
like,
mm, mm,
let me
mm,
go
mm,
in,
mm.
let me knock Dustin out, right? Maybe he has one more fight, and then maybe he wants to run it back against Ilya. I would not be mad at that. So,
I
like,
wouldn't be
this
mad at that at all.
motivation, like, this remotivated version of Max, who's like, he's like, I'm ready to conquer this division, because I think Max is really, really done with 45 now. And
Mm.
we have a Dustin who's at the end, right? Like he knows it's the end.
Mm.
Usually
I'm
that
a,
does
I'm
not end
I'm a,
well for the
I'm a,
retirement.
I don't. You see, I want Max to win, but I think Dustin wins. I just
I
think
mean, yeah,
Dustin has,
that's fair. That's fair.
like, I think Dustin wins. Like, I think Max Holloway in that fight with Gaethje, I could see a lot of holes that Dustin could exploit. You know what I mean? But like, I think you're right by that. This is his last fight. Like, knowing Dustin in the dickhead he is gonna go and fucking put on a show against Max Holloway, and I just know he will. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Max Holloway wins too, to be honest, because Max Holloway is an exceptional fighter and he's a sharpshooter. I just don't know how he would do on the ground with Dustin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also,
Yeah,
Dustin has never had 2 losses in a row.
fair, fair. Yes,
But he's
unfortunately.
also never won. I mean, he has won the undisputed belt, but he's never.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a bunch of curses
Mhm.
that are in limbo about this fight. It's like Dustin has never had 2 losses in a row, but he's also never
Mm,
really won a belt. So it's like which
mm.
curse is going to be like which
Yeah.
which curse
Hopefully,
is going to
all of
be
them
active?
curse him. What?
Because like yeah, but okay, let's just run through the rest of the card really quick.
Yeah.
Costa versus Kopylov. It's like I guess we have to even see if Costa makes it to the fight before we even because
He
like
might get
Kopylov
shocked
is
before.
doing very good right now.
Mm, mm,
Like
mm, mm,
Kopylov's
mm, mm.
striking is very good.
I think what Izzy has forever shocked Dustin Poirier that he's just made it easy for everyone just to beat him. Like, everyone knows how to beat like Paulo Costa.
Oh. Yeah, I mean it's like ever since that fight, like Costa's record has been rough. I
Not good.
think like what Izzy did to him was oh my god, that was like just it was like because like actually when I think of fights and I think of like you know showcases of like this fighter at on this night was probably
Mm.
one of the best like displays by martial artists. I think of that fight because Izzy beat him from
Yes.
pillar like to post. Like he neutralized, and this was prime Costa. So it wasn't like a situation of like Costa had been champ for a bit, or
Mm.
Costa had been. This was like prime Costa, 0 losses, was knocking out
Mm.
everybody, and this was also an
Mm.
undefeated Izzy. So it was like I remember watching it live and it
Watching it
it
live
it
was
looked like Costa
incredible.
was drowning. It looked like Costa was drowning.
He
Like he
just like
literally could not touch Izzy.
it
Izzy
was
was
just
landing everything.
it was just one of those
And then
beautiful fights. Just like Izzy just
yeah,
like just step by step broke him down.
yeah. He and it was a second round TK. It wasn't even like a third, fourth round. Like Izzy had done so much damage by the second round that like Costa was just done. And this was Costa
Yeah.
right after he went 3 rounds with Yo Romero. So that is
Incredible.
crazy. Like let's look at his streak right before so he KO'd McClellan, right? First round, KO'd Bambos, second round, KO'd Johnny Hendricks, second round, KO'd Ryer Hall. That one was
Jesus.
crazy in the second round. Went 3 rounds with Costa. That fight is one of like the most. adrenaline-inducing fights of all time, and both of them just going back and forth, and then
I know,
Izzy
you
knocks him
saw
out in
that.
the
You
second
saw that. You
round.
saw that was like, get them kids ready. Get them kids ready.
Get the kids ready for that fight. And then, like, after that, I think he had the fight with Vittori where he missed weight, had a crazy weight advantage, still could not. That fight was a good fight, by the way.
That was a very
His
good
fight versus
fight.
Vittori, where he missed that fight, he landed some crazy head kicks that I still to this day don't know how Vittori ate those. I
Yeah,
still
but
don't know how he ate those kicks.
Vittori's got a chin
He's a
on him, to be
tank.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, he doesn't fight for like almost a year. You know,
Yeah.
fights against Rockhold, the ghost
Yeah.
of Rockhold. You know, that goes to a decision. Then fights against Whitaker, right? Loses that fight, even though he did land that crazy wheel kick that he landed against Whitaker. That kick
Was
was
crazy.
crazy. Like, I don't know how Whitaker didn't get knocked out, but Bobby Knuckles always gets hurt and comes back to win the fight.
It is,
You know, except when it's Dricus for some reason.
yeah, but Drake
But
is a
then, yeah,
different
so
beast.
then we have, yeah. Then he
fought Sean
lost
Strickland.
against, you know, Strickland. And then he had so many fights booked in between those that never came to fruition because it just kept pulling out. So this fight, we're not even sure if he's gonna make it. So, but Kopylov has been doing very
I would
good
say
so far.
if you were to bet on this fight, bet that Paulo Costa is not gonna make it to the fight.
Doesn't even make it potentially. Yeah. But Kopylov has been doing good. I think his last fight, yeah, he KO'd Chris Curtis at the bell after kind of like piecing him up, right? And then he beat Almeida, who is a very, very good striker, right? Very, very good striker. I think he even had some fights against Pereira in his kickboxing days, right? His last fight before that was a loss to Hernandez. I mean, not really a bad loss. Knocked out Frem before that, knocked out Rivera before that, knocked out Soriano before that. So I think Kopylov is kind of like, except that loss to Hernandez, right? Like he's been doing good. Like he's been knocking people out of the UFC. So like this fight against Costa is actually a very, very good fight. It's like striker versus striker matchup. Should be extremely exciting. I mean, it depends on the version of Costa that shows up because Costa is huge and Kopylov, he's kind of big for the division, but like he doesn't really have that like kind of one shot, especially to knock out somebody like Costa. But the thing is, we have seen Costa kind of like slow down in fights, right? And Kopylov is the kind of person that his knockout power does translate to because he knocked out Chris Curtis like at the end of the fight, like literally at the bell.
That's crazy.
I think I got Kopylov in this one.
Same here.
I think I got Kopylov. Then we have Kevin Holland versus D-Rod. Kevin Holland, officially the most active fighter of all time in the UFC. I think I saw a stat. It's something like 22 fights in 5 years. Like he's averaging like 3.3 fights a year. Right? Shout out to him. Like literally a G. And D-Rod is a G too. His last knockout. Yeah, this guy fights and then he's like, there is no boring Kevin Holland fight. Like the UFC love him. The UFC love him. And we do too. And Daniel Rodriguez, his last knockout was crazy too. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. Like we have Ige versus Pitbull, very good fight. We have Michael Johnson versus Zoe Huber. So yeah, the rest of this card is gonna be amazing. And then we can't wait to catch up with you guys next week again. We hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Yeah. From StatifyMMA to you guys, this is Godraz and Zad signing out.